Hey guys, the Bat back again with another comic book haul. Um, so a few books. The first four books are from just pickups that I have found randomly while I was on my lunch break or whatever, just searching through comic books at different locations. And the last set of 50 books were from a local comic book shop that had a major sale, and I've been noticing that a lot of comic book shops recently have been having a lot more sales than what they normally would have, and which is cool because it's good for the collector. But in the same token, I kind of worry that certain things are falling into place, and I really don't want to see any more comic book shops in Baltimore closed. Um, uh, Times are getting hard, and it's just real indifferent right now. But get back on track because I'm easily can go somewhere else. I found this in a comic book shop. I can't even remember which shop I found it in, but I got it for $1. It was a Newsweek from 1979, January 1st, um, celebrating the Christopher Reeve Superman movie, and it just intrigued me. It's not in the best of condition, but it's in fairly good condition for me. Um, Something I haven't seen before. This is really nice. Then I picked up 2000 AD. It had all three of them, one, two, and three. And boy, I'm stumbling this to talk, but I'm a huge fan of Judge Dredd. Um, Always liked it. I liked when the Bowling series came over um, from Eagle Comics back in the day, um, and I was hooked from book one. But I never seen these before. This is 2000 AD, the Encyclopedia, Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3, which was kind of cool. Got those at the same time I got that Newsweek Superman, all for $1. Now, the comic book shop I went to with this next set of 50 books, they were all from a sale where all the books were $2 a piece. But if you bought 50, you got 50 for 100. I mean, for $50. I'm sorry. And if you bought 100 books, you got it for 75. And I ended up picking out 42 books. So I had to find 8 more books. Otherwise, those books would have been $42 times 2, which would have been $84. So it's just funny how things work like that, where if you don't get exactly the number that they said, they're going to charge you $2 a book. But either way, I did find some books. I picked up as the extra 8 Superman number 208, the Jim Lee series of Superman written by Brian Azzarello. This, I think, is one of the most overlooked runs in the Superman mythos. Picked up 207. And 206. I already have these books, but I mean, Jim Lee, you can't lose. 210. And I got the other ones mixed up within the 50. But let's go through these books real quick. Picked up Boris the Bear, issue number 12. Hex number 11, with the appearance of this version of Batman that nobody ever talks about. He's not referenced in any other book. I don't think they even had him in Crisis or of Infinite Earths or anything. But this Batman was when Hex was pulled into the future. I I got to go in and see what his name was. But yeah, every time I see this book, I grab it. This one intrigued me. It's a Doug Wiley cover of Eclipse Monthly, issue number 5, with his character Rio. Steranko cover of The Fly, issue number 2. And if you notice, some of the books I have are in regular plastic, and then the ones that are in really good shape, Mylar. I always Mylar my books. Here in Baltimore, Mylar is, depending on the shop you go to, Mylar is fairly cheap. This is the final issue of Power Pack, issue number 62. Picked this up because it was a newsstand, and this is Die Cut, issue number 1. But once I got it home and looked at it, I saw it had a tear here and a couple of spine ticks. You know, I think I'm slipping in my collecting. I gotta knuckle down. Definitely couldn't pass up this Phantom Stranger, issue number 36. These giant size Tarzan families, issue number 64. Number 63. Okay, this is one of the ones I picked up as an extra. New Avengers number 2. Another one. Picked up another copy of New Avengers number 1. And Captain America and the Mighty Avengers number 1. This Ultimates was another one, number 1 of the Ultimates. X Factor, issue number 42. I think this is the introduction of the kid who can turn things to gold. I think it called him Alchemy. I'm not sure. And Superman Batman issue number 24, where the characters were changed. Whereas on this planet, Superman is a woman, Superwoman. Batman is Batwoman, and I guess Supergirl will be Superboy. Did find a DC Universe for Justice League America, number 92. This was one of my favorite books back in the day. I love trying to get those burgeoning indie books back when they had the indie rush. It was like 4 or 5 different indie companies had popped up closely at the same time, and Dark Horse was burgeoning back then. They came up with this character called American. He was like a Captain America type, Punisher type character. And what was cool about him was nobody really knew who he was. He was a government agent, and he always seemed to be alive. But in actuality, whenever he was killed, they already had a double ready to take his place. So it always seemed like he never could be killed. Picked this up, first issue for Captain Marvel, number 1, and Captain Marvel number 7, which is a newsstand. And this Captain Marvel number 2, which is a newsstand. Found the Wizard Zero. I already had this, but I like this cover. Son of the original Captain Marvel, and the first issue of this Captain Marvel. I don't know how many times they've redone Captain Marvel, but interesting. The Ultimates, this book was hot at one time because it was the I forgot what they called this version of Galactus. It's Galactus, but instead of being the World Devourer or the World Eater, he was like the World Bringer or something or other. And that's issue number 6. Secret Avengers. I got it because of the Venom and Taskmaster cover, and it's drawn by Arthur Adams. This is Secret Avengers number 30. Justice League Zero, Michael Turner cover. Fantastic Four Annual number 1 with Dr. Doom in the background and Valeria with a Doom mask, and Sue Storm looking real like she's kind of scared of her. Now Comics, like I said, the burgeoning indie comics back then. Now Comics was a popular comic brand. And this is the Green Hornet, issue number 1. Which kind of got me was the empty barcode. And I picked up number 2, which was a newsstand. And it's got a great Dorman cover. Picked this bondage cover up of Gen 13, issue number 51. Another burgeoning independent company back in the day. First Comics with Warp, issue number 1. And the other, The Fly number 1, which is a great Steranko and photo cover combination. Crash Ryan number 1. I picked this up because at one time, I think this was optioned for a movie, and it got real popular, and the book kind of caught some ground. And then all of a sudden, it's like, boom, it's gone again. This one interested me. Fantastic Four number 1. This is the second printing of when Jim Lee took over the Fantastic Four. I think Liefeld took over the Avengers. I forgot who took over Iron Man. This is like, well, actually, this is my first time seeing the second printing of this book. I've always seen the Jim Lee first issue cover, but not this one. So I'm happy to have this. Maverick number 1, another one of my favorite characters back in the day, when he looked like that. They done changed him up so much now. He's not the same, but the original Maverick, yeah, he was cool. He was like Wolverine caliber to me. This book I always pick up whenever I see it in the dollar bins. The Secret Defenders, issue number 12 with the holofoil Thanos. It's really cool. Blue Ribbon. I picked this up because of Thunder Bunny. Oh boy. Issue number 13, Archie Adventures, Blue Ribbon Comics. First, Eclipse, another of the burgeoning indie companies. This is the New DN Agents, issue number 1. Pick this up. It's a newsstand. Cyberspace 3000, issue number 1. I don't know any of the characters. These were some like strange type of books Marvel was printing. It's like they had merged over with British. I don't even know if they were British characters, but it was. It's hard for me to explain because I'm not well versed in it. But there was Wild Child. This one, Die Cut. What's the other, that robot? Oh man, I can't. Death's Head. Those were like, to me, were like offshoot type of books. But yeah, this book has it's like a glow in the dark cover. picked this up only because it was a newsstand. The Secret Defenders, number 11. The 0 Hours I picked up because of the 0 Hour emblem at the bottom of the book. Issue number 2. Issue number 3. Somebody had already gotten a hold of issue number 1, or they may not have had it in the box because it was a $2 bin. I think that issue number 1 is worth a lot more. And issue number 4. Steel number 8, DC Universe. I picked this one up. Nice cover. More Michael Turner. GLA number 3 with Red Tornado. Number 9 with Hawkman, Red Arrow, and Dawnstar. And number 8 with Batman, Mr. Terrific, and Karate Kid. I think it was number 7 or number 10. I can't remember the one that had Dawnstar. I mean, not Dawnstar. Dream Girl and Power Girl. And out of the 3 of those Michael Turner books, the Power Girl and Dream Girl is the most popular. And it, I guess, commands the most premium, which is probably why I cannot talk tonight, which is probably the cause for it not being in the $2 bin. Oh Lord! On that note, guys, I don't know what's wrong. I'm tired for one thing, but on that note, I guess it's the end of my video. Hopefully I have another one for you pretty soon. As always, be well, take care, and I'll see you later.